So, Aspen Ladd, no longer a member of the Ultimate Fighting Championship. Yeah, she joins Shane Burgos in the PFL. That's the Professional Fighters League. And according to Aspen's coach, the Superfight between her and one Kayla Harrison has already been discussed. Superfight. Really? Roll the intro. Alright guys, welcome back to Championship Rounds. As I mentioned before, Aspen Ladd and one Kayla Harrison, the super fight in the PFL has already been discussed according to Ladd's head coach. Why am I calling her Ravioli Ladd? Because she can't make the damn weight. And it's pretty humorous to me that this would be presented as or talked about as a super fight. What is a super fight? In my opinion, a super fight is a fight between two individuals whom have done something super. And I just don't think that's the case with the potential Kayla Harrison versus Aspen Ladd. I'm going to break that down and tell you exactly why, and I'm curious to know what you think about this. Am I being a hater? I think not. This is why I'm saying this. In no way, shape, or form is this a super fight. A super fight doesn't just consist of a fighter coming from this promotion, coming into another promotion where this fighter's at, and then they collide. Yeah, that could be part of a super fight if that fighter was decorated. Neither Kayla Harrison or Aspen Ladd, in my opinion, are decorated inside of mixed martial arts. Starting with Aspen Ladd, okay? Her coach comes out and mentions that, he's trying to brush the fact that she's no longer in the UFC underneath the rug, saying that the opportunity to fight at 145 pounds just wasn't there. He said, and I quote, "There's not really a 145-pound division, which is featherweight. And the only reason why they even mention it is because Amanda has a belt. You saw what happened to Cyborg. As soon as she lost, they got rid of her. Whatever is whatever." Okay? The fact of you saying that, head coach of Aspen Ladd, not going to say your name. I know your name, but not going to say it. Head coach, by you saying that, you're putting it out there that, Aspen Ladd just didn't have the opportunity to compete at 145 pounds. Wrong. You brought her into the UFC, and where did you have her fighting? Flyweight. Where's that at? 125 pounds. So 20 pounds below the weight you said there was no opportunity at in the Ultimate Fighting Championship. Colin Kaepernick, Captain Crunch, Cap Rooney from Any Given Sunday. You get the point. All cap. Anyway, so what happens? I got it right here. Makes her flyweight debut. Everything goes well, but no, everything doesn't go well. She was originally supposed to make her UFC debut against one Jessica Evil Eye, whom sucks. Just gonna say that. I think she retired. She was gonna get cut. So yeah. Anyways, save some face. But fight canceled. Trendsetter. Yes, she's 9-3. 11 of her fights have been canceled. 10 of those inside of the UFC. Are you seeing a picture here? A UFC burnout who couldn't make the weight versus a behemoth. And I'm only saying that Kayla Harrison's a behemoth because she competes at a weight class that no large professional MMA promotion even offers. PFL's the only one. But I'm going to get to Kayla later. Listen, Aspen Ladd couldn't make the damn weight. She bumped from 135 or 125 to 135 to 145. Yeah, she's just completely going up in weight. So the fact of there not being an opportunity at 145 pounds, I'm just going to say it's bullshit. If Aspen Ladd was that good, the UFC would have found a way to put her in there with Amanda or somebody meaningful at 145 pounds, thus giving her an opportunity to shine. The UFC hates when fighters miss weight. They do. But everybody knows that the UFC, as far as roster spots, they show favoritism to foreign fighters and women fighters. Why? Because they're a content creating company now. They need that content. They need to fill out those divisions. And it's well documented that I don't have as much respect for the women's divisions as I do the men's. Obviously, there's exceptions to the rules. You know, women like Amanda, you know, Valentine, you know, I don't gotta catalog them. They're amazing. I get it, but the cliff gets steep. It drops off pretty damn quick after you get through those elite fighters. Best division ever in women's MMA, got to be strawweight, 115. But nobody's really shown, and I'm only saying that because we get great fights there. But nobody has really shown that they could really set themselves apart, you know, enough to win the belt and keep it. Like, you know, there's been some title defenses, but it's more so the hot potato belt. Joanna Jędrzejczyk is the closest we're gonna get. Apparently that's the closest we're gonna get to a long reigning champion. Because everybody else gets it, they hand it off to the next one. They hand it back. They give it back. I'm getting off base here. Back to Aspen Ladd. Right. 9-3, 10 canceled fights in the UFC. Still had her damn job, but was released subsequently. I think, did she miss weight in her last fight? But I know she lost the fight. She had several fights obviously canceled before then. So okay, she didn't do anything super in the UFC. Who's the biggest name Aspen Ladd has defeated? Sijara Eubanks. Do you even know who that is? No. No relation to Chris Eubank. Because there's an S on the end anyways, I think. It's Sijara Eubanks. I think. Anyways, that's another show for another day. The Eubank Conor Ben saga. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna touch on that. Anyways, so Aspen Ladd, you're no longer in the UFC. Kayla Harrison, whom has, what is she? She's 15-0. She is a judoka, an Olympic gold medalist judoka. So, and she's got the gift of gab. She knows how to talk. She's dripping with confidence, okay? Dripping with confidence. What's the deal with her? Well, there's some hangups. I mentioned before, she fights at a weight class that neither won championship, Bellator, UFC, Strikeforce, that doesn't even exist anymore, Pride, that doesn't even exist anymore. Listen, none of these promotions offered lightweight, 155 pounds. A woman going in there, one Kayla Harrison, fighting other women who nobody knows who they are. No one knows who they are. No names. A woman fighting at the same weight class of fights that we got Khabib versus Conor McGregor. Conor versus Dustin Poirier. You get what I'm saying? That lightweight division, but they're women. And she's not fighting anybody. There's a reason why none of these promotions have that division, because there's not any good fighters in those divisions. So why would the UFC can't even make a 145 pound division. So obviously they're not making 155. Kayla Harrison, 14 out of her 15 fights at 155 pounds. She made 145 pounds once to prove she can make weight. Fight went to a decision. She didn't look that dominant. For a fighter that's fighting nobodies, she should be getting these women out of there. If she's so elite. The weight's a problem. So what do? Aspen Ladd's coach said that, yes, Aspen's going to be a part, when the PFL signed Aspen Ladd, they're going to make her a part of their 145 division launch. Who is she going to be fighting? Is she going to be the next Kayla Harrison? You saw what they tried to do with Clarissa Shields. Again, another show, another discussion. Do you put her in there with a bunch of people that no one knows, banking off the fact that Aspen has a name? I don't think you can do that with Aspen. Aspen doesn't have the gift of gab like Kayla Harrison. So what's your other option? You put those two names together because now you have two people that have competed in mixed martial arts and people can talk about them fighting. They can call it a super fight, even though it's not. They can do that. You could say that for promotional reasons. But what would it be? What would it be ultimately? I'll tell you. It would be a fighter that started out at 125 pounds, flyweight, who kept missing weight, kept having very, very scary moments on the scales where people were very concerned about her health and well-being. Okay? Keeps moving up weight classes, 125 to 135 to 145, 11 canceled fights. She's finally out of the UFC, giving caveats. Fighters would fucking claw with their damn fingernails to get to stay in the UFC. She got them. And not because she beat anybody, because she didn't. But because they needed to fill out those divisions. Well, they finally had to part ways with her. So what ultimately would it be? Again, a fighter who has beat nobody basically, who couldn't make weight all the way through 3 divisions and now she's out of the UFC, against another fighter who fights in a weight class that nobody offers, who also has not fought anybody. Nobody. You put them together at 155 pounds, maybe 145 pounds. But who's going to care? Who's going to care? They'd be like, oh, well, this is the first name that Kayla Harrison's competed against. Does that matter? There's no... Who is Aspen Ladd? Is she really a name because she's been in the UFC? Is that okay? I'll give you that. She's been in the UFC. But outside of that, again, Sijara Eubanks. That's what I'm talking about. So what is a super fight? What do you guys think? Do you guys think this is a super fight? I think a super fight is BJ Penn versus George St. Pierre. George St. Pierre versus Michael Bisping. You know? When Anderson Silva went up and faced and it went up in when Anderson Silva went up to light heavyweight, his first fight, did they call that a super fight? No. Hell no. When Anderson Silva went up and faced Forrest Griffin, former UFC light heavyweight champion, did they call that a super fight? Yeah. Why? Because both fighters did something super. Champions. What is Aspen Ladd been the champion of? I don't want to hear about what she did in Invicta because I don't really care. Invicta isn't the UFC. It isn't the big stage with the bright lights and the octagon. What's Kayla Harrison done? She's done some great things inside of this judo on a national level or on a world level. But what has she done in mixed martial arts? Yeah, she's won. She's definitely done that 15 damn times. I just can't name any of her opponents. Listen, PFL can make this fight if they want to make it. I'm going to watch just because I'm an MMA junkie. But ultimately, what does it mean here? I don't think it means a lot. They make the fight. She wins. Kayla, that is. Maybe you can parlay that into something else. But obviously the PFL is not trying to get rid of Kayla. And nobody's trying to play ball with the PFL to cross-promote. Guys, is this a super fight? I don't think so. Comments. Till next time, stay frosty.